That is for Deen al-Islam, religion with Allah since time began. That is for dhikr, remembering Allah, and Ra is for the month of Ramadan. Oh, Ramadan. That is for zakah, to cure our greed, when we give our money to those in need. Sa is for salamun alaykum, peace be with you, wa alaykum assalam.
Have you been looking for a new bank where interests play no role? Look no further. Lotus Bank is here to change the game with a breath of fresh air. We'll partner with you to achieve growth and success in almost every facet of your life. Experience a transparent relationship with us. Enjoy the benefits of non-interest banking, zero account maintenance fees, free debit card, 1 month free banking, zero interest on financing and ethical investments. Take that bold step now and embrace the opportunities of non-interest banking. Dial *5405# now. You may also download the Lotus Bank app on Google Play or Apple Store and begin your journey of breath of fresh air. Visit lotusbank.com. Lotus Bank. Partner. Progress. Prosper.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. You're welcome to our Ali Dawn telecast, sponsored by the Zakat and Sadaqah Foundation. Today, inshallah, we are looking at Zakatul Fitr, which is the charity for breaking of the fast. And we are counting down to the end of Ramadan. You all agree with me that yes, it's another time for us to pay our Zakatul Fitr, which has been imposed by Allah and His Messenger on all of us, those of us who have fasted. And what are the functions of this obligation? The obligation of Zakatul Fitr are two: spiritual function and social function. Spiritually, Rasulullah Sallam said, "Tu'ratan lis-sahim." Zakatul Fitr is a kind of purification for the man who has been fasting. Wa tu'matan lil-masakin, and it's also a feast for the needy or for the poor. Now, there are implications for this. If you have observed the month of Ramadan for 20 to 30 days, 29 sometimes, you are supposed to be undergoing a training. And after having undergone a training, what follows is test. Have you truly imbibed the lessons from that training? So if you have been giving, sacrificing for Allah, now Allah now wants to test you. Because have you raised yourself spiritually? Have you gone above the base level of thinking, the animalistic level of thinking? Have you ascended to that angelic tendency expected from somebody who has undergone this month-long exercise? Now, the first test is pay Zakatul Fitr, so as to purify you from lagu, indecent thing, indecent act, lewdness that you might have inadvertently be involved in. Because in the nafs al-amaratun bisu, the soul of man has tendency towards evil. So Allah uses Zakatul Fitr to purify you, so that you come out of Ramadan just like the day your mother gave birth to you. Now, the social function of Zakatul Fitr is to allow the merrymaking of the day of Eid, the day of feast, to go round. Everybody in the community will be happy, so that those poor people that you have emulated by giving to Allah in the day times of Ramadan, they too will now celebrate with you. The celebration will not be restricted to the homes of the rich. Rather, it goes across. And you can see that the fellow feeling that such a situation will engender will be quite unimaginable. So Allah wants that to happen. So how do you pay this? You look at the most commonly consumed food items in the community and you pay 4 muddu, 1 saw, which is 4 muddu, about 14 tins of milk, or you have that container, that measurement we use, mud, 4 on 1 person. So if you are 10 in your family, you are going to pay 4 times 10 muddu, amdad, you are going to give to the poor. And you can organize this today. It doesn't have to be a particular food item. Can be rice, can be cereals, can be corn, can be date, can be barley, can be most commonly consumed food items, gari, elubo, and the likes. You can pay your Zakatul Fitri with all these.
Wakfu! Embracing Wakfu program for oneself or on behalf of the parent is Sadaqah to Jariyah that we afford the dua, Jannah, bi-iznillah. Key into Wakfu program by bequeathing part of your estate, landed properties and other assets for the sake of Allah. Proceeds or rental fee from this asset shall be judiciously utilized by the tested and trusted Z&S Wakfu Foundation to bring succor to the needy and provision of social amenities and economic empowerment. You can also make a donation of a minimum of 10,000 naira that Z&S Wakfu Foundation will collate to procure assets that are economically viable. No doubt, Wakfu is highly rewarding. Contact Z&S Wakfu Foundation, Suite 12, Tafawa Balewa Square, Lagos. Call 080-3538-2911. With Wakfu, your asset will earn you Jannah. Be easy in life. Be a partaker.
And you can also pay the monetary value, because these days money goes a longer way in making someone to be happy. Psychologically, when you have money, it has its own psychological morale booster for you. You know? So when you have money, you can buy whatever you want to buy. And you can solve your immediate problem with money. But if you pay using the food items, it is not a sin. It is also not a sin if you convert the food items to money and you give it out. This should be organized on communal level. Mosque can organize this. They will have a committee of those who will be receiving the food items. They already have a list of those who are needy in the community, and they pay them. Or you can bring them to Zakat and Sadaqah Foundation. We have a very time-tested experience in this. Send it to us. We will do justice with it. And you know what? This must be paid before you go for Eid. A day before the end of Ramadan or on the morning of the day of Eid al-Fitr, you have to pay it. If you pay it before the time of Eid, وَإِيَّا صَدَقَةٌ مَقْبُولَةٌ, Allah will accept it. But if you pay it after we have observed the Eid prayer, إِيَّا صَدَقَةٌ means sadaqat. It's just like any other charity. It will not serve the purpose for which Zakat al-Fitr should be paid. You have to count those who are under your care, your dependents, your wife, your children, your household help, your parents that are receiving their daily income from you. You have to pay on them. Count them. Could be 10, could be 5. And if you have more, if you can afford more than that, you can also give. Ziyada to khair. If you give more than the minimum, you are also you are covered. So this should be distributed quickly so that people can take it. Because before you go to Eid, you must break the fast before you go for Salatul Eid. So you must make sure that this is well coordinated. You have the imam must supervise, must ensure that this is well paid. And the Zakat and Sadaqah Foundation will bring out, you can see the food items, whichever food items you want to use to pay the Zakatul Fitr, the amount is already written. And then you can decide, send it to Zakat and Sadaqah Foundation, our account is there. And then inshallah, we will help you to distribute it. And inshallah, we have the network, we have the process, we have the logistics in place to making sure that the food items, the money gets to those who need it in the right time. So it is not something you have to be negligent or you relax over it. No, you must make sure that you do this thing as quickly as possible. And you don't get ready for it when Ramadan is about a day or two. You must have been preparing for it. And if you have decided you are going to use money, get our account details, send it to us, and inshallah, we will distribute it for you. And inshallah, the reward will be received. And look at what this has done. The Zakatul Fitr is restricted to two categories of people, the poor and the needy. The poor and the needy. That is who Rasulullah has said we should relieve them the agony of asking on the day of Eid. We should relieve them, Ignum and Suhal, relieve them of having to be asking for assistance on the day of Eid. So you can do this systematically in such a way that the people you are giving will feel, happy that they are being taken care of. And the fellow feeling, the love that will flow in the community is actually indescribable. So we pray to Almighty Allah to accept our sacrifice and to enable us to be able to get the maximum reward of Ramadan, so that we'll be like among those who will go through Ramadan and Ramadan will go through them. And that is, we become like the day our parents, our mother gave birth to us. And inshallah, till we hope to come your way again, I mean your brothers in Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Oh, Ramadan, that is for zakah to cure our greed. When we give our money to those in need, that is for salamun alaikum, peace be with you, wa alaikum assalam. Labbaik Allah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. This is Hajj Mabrur Ventures Limited. How can we help you, sir?
Can you please tell me about your mode of operations?
Hajj Mabrur Ventures has been a leading private Hajj and Umrah operator for close to 20 years. At Hajj Mabrur Ventures, our pilgrims are our priority. We always provide them with conducive accommodations that are close to Haram, so purifying sermons from our League of Clerics, state-of-the-art aircraft, zihara in Mecca and Medina, competent medical team.
Aja, please tell him about the feeding twice in a day.
You are right, ma.
This is exactly what I heard from your old client. You guys are fantastic.
Alhamdulillah, sir.
And you will receive a check from me today.
Visit Hajj Mabrur Ventures Limited, 9A, Wing 1, Abiodun Fashake Crescent, behind Old Lasso Campus, Idiroko Bus Stop, Ikorodu Road, and Suite 10, Tafabalewa Square. Telephone 0809-211-3680. Website hajmabruru.com. Simply hospitality, truly spirituality.
Being a Muslim is the greatest mark of my life, a total way of life I love so much. I won't trade anything for it. Keeping up with the demands of my faith is something I take very seriously, and I'm glad to have an ally that makes it quite easy for me. Beitu Zina. Beitu Zina is an Islamic lifestyle hub, a one-stop shop for everything Islamic. From spiritual and uplifting books to modest clothing for men, women, and children, headwear and scarves, Islamic artifacts and fragrances, gift items for all occasions, audio visuals, healthcare and beauty product, Hajj and Umrah kit, and so much more. Step into Beitu Zina outlet today or shop online from the comfort of your space with delivery of goods right to your doorstep. Wow! Beitu Zina, a true home of Islamic beauty and splendor. Beitul Zina, your one-stop shop for all that is Islamic.